to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back. Once again, we are back.
Okay.
It is Saturday evening, and we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. And what the hell is wrong with me?
I don't know. I'm having a severe case of deja vu right now.
Deja vu. So everyone who's on Facebook Live knows, and they understand, but I'm going to explain this.
Okay. Is that red?
It is red, and it is recording. Once again, we're like 40 minutes into this freaking podcast.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
Well, it don't matter. Someone forgot to push record.
Forgot to push record. It was the most brilliant content. I solved world peace. It
was beautiful.
I had all the answers for everything, and now I'm a little exhausted, so don't expect it again. It'll never happen again.
We're doing this again. Son of a gun.
Hey.
How did we start last time?
I don't know. It was Christmas, right?
It's Christmas.
We got snow. We got mud.
We got snow. We got mud. We got slush. I went for a run this morning. 12 miles in the freaking snow. It don't sound
good when we just doing the recap. So.
I know. It is not good at all.
You went running in the snow.
I went running in the snow. It's fun. Love running in the snow.
I don't know why. How deep was the snow?
Yay deep. I don't know. My shoes were really wet when I got back.
Okay,
my feet were wet.
4 inches? Or?
Yeah, it's about like that. Yeah. 3 inches. I don't know. Something like that.
Too bad. The only problem is you can't see what's underneath that snow.
We're going to start watching our viewer numbers on Facebook Live just start dropping. Bam, 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 bam. I've heard all this. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Oh, good.
Well, we always shoot from the hip, so to speak. So it's
that's right.
Who knows what we'll say.
We need to practice that quick draw.
Yeah, we need to.
I'm missing it. I'm forgetting to take the safety off.
Get on. Yeah. See, there you go. It's negligent recording.
Okay. Normally we'd have. Something. Normally we'd have Mr. Mark here, but he couldn't make it in because he is working late because they are selling guns like crazy.
Okay.
Moving stock. He was a little disappointed though because he wanted to come in and talk about the. Thank you, Tyler. Yeah, that was negligent. That was a negligent recording. That was great. He wanted to come and he wanted to talk about some of the new. You know what, Tyler? I don't know you, but thank you for that. I like you. He wanted to talk about some of the new guns, and he will probably, when he's able to make it here in the next few weeks, we will get into more depth. But there's 2 that came out this week.
Yeah, you were telling me about those.
The Glock, I was.
Well, just a minute ago, it was fresh, and I was firing off on it. But
just
now
a minute ago,
we're just gonna rehash them because What are the 2 guns?
The Glock came out with the G44, the 22 long rifle.
Okay.
And it's the size of a G17.
Right.
And we do have some information, though, since we talked about it earlier.
Since we already got feedback from our
I'm not going to scroll
viewers.
up there.
What is it?
Whatever. It's
10 rounds, you said?
10 rounds.
10 rounds. A disgrace, man.
10 rounds. Single stack, but it's a double stack grip.
A G17 size gun, though, with 10 rounds is... come on, man.
So out of all the defensive...
Come on, man.
Out of all the defensive type firearm or 22 long rifle firearms that are made,
right.
And I'm not talking about the buck mark. I'm not talking about the mark, all that. Okay, those always run. Those are like target style. We're talking about defensive style.
Right.
The SR22, I've seen a lot of those come
for practice, obviously.
Right. The SR22 is coming to class a lot. Absolute garbage in my eyes.
Really? How much those things cost?
I don't even know. If we've got any listeners still, maybe they can tell us. Viewers. They hiccup on a lot of ammo.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. They hiccup on a lot of ammo. They don't work. I mean, we had one in the last class that was down to a single shot. It was absolutely horrible. We tried like 5 different kinds of ammo, and it just would not run.
Right.
And but the one that's been really good is the Taurus.
Did it run good on any ammo? What kind of range did you have?
It was like single shot on it. We CCIs to crap I've never heard of to American Eagle. I've had
22s that'll run smooth, but you put those soft, the soft tips on,
right,
and they'll get hung up,
right,
in the feed.
Oh yeah, they jam up and they
Gotta have
the ones that run, as I really like the Taurus. The Taurus TX22 came out with a 22 long rifle at the beginning of the year, and that sucker just runs.
Yeah,
like we've got one. We have never cleaned it, and it's pretty vital that you clean 22s a lot, right?
They're filthy.
But We have not cleaned it. We've used it. It's
Clean mine either.
it's Mark's,
Just
and
because I don't care.
we've used it in class, given it to numerous different shooters to use, and that sucker. And Mark shot a bunch out of it too. I don't know what we're up to round count. It's got to be. I don't even know.
Is there any clean 22 round?
No,
Is
there's
the
not.
CCI
They're just all
even clean?
freaking dirty.
Why? Why do they do that?
I
Why do they just make all the good ammo and then
I
they sweep
wonder
up the
if-
powder off the ground
I
and
wonder
make 22s?
if it's because it's not enough powder in there to actually to expel stuff out of the gun. I mean, it'll expel the round. I have
That
no
bullet's
idea.
moving now.
I don't know.
22 will go a good,
Yeah.
good ways.
I don't know. But anyhow, really impressed with that gun. You've got this Glock now. Glock always runs, right? Glock always shoots. They're ugly. They look like bricks.
Got to be something with the rimfire thing.
Bar,
Okay, go ahead.
a bar of soap, but they always run. They always go bang. Bury them, drop them in the mud, sink them to the bottom of the ocean, whatever. They're going to go bang. They have that going for them. This G44, this thing better run really well.
It better.
Or it's, like you said, it's going to be another nail
Yeah.
in Glock's coffin.
Glock
I mean,
doesn't innovate.
it has to. This thing has to run. I'm anxious to see if it's going to.
They were groundbreaking when they come out, and they're still the same as when they come out.
Right.
So if they get anything besides high praise for this, first of all, with 10 rounds, come on, man. I don't want it. 10 rounds.
Yeah. Just for target shooting. I mean,
Even a 10-22, you can get the big old banana clip.
freaking rifle.
Yeah.
I don't know, 10 rounds. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I haven't got
Is
a
there
hold
a
one yet.
problem double stacking those little rounds?
I don't know. Maybe there was. Maybe I have no idea.
I don't either.
A double stack 22.
Is
I have
there
it.
any such thing?
Yeah. So Keltec has the PMR 30, and it's a
It's a 22 long rifle now.
it comes out. That one came out in 22
Right.
mag, and now you have the PMR 33,
That's a 22 long
which
rifle.
is a 22 long rifle. That's
How many
33 rounds.
See? What's up, Glock?
So I don't know. I mean, I'm anxious to take a look at it. Another one that's coming out that I'm really excited about because I'm a big proponent of this one. And when it came out, I was for an instructor. Okay, you got to look at it. You got to look at how I look at it in class as a gun for newbies, a gun for someone with not very good hand strength. You had the S&W, the Smith & Wesson M&P 380 EZ came out. Fantastic gun. That thing should be gun of the year. I know you don't like
I know.
but you don't like 380 either.
I don't.
But they are now bringing that out in a 9mm EZ. I'm anxious to look. Is it still going to have the same easy slide on it? Is it going to shoot the same? I mean, I'm curious. And so now you weren't a fan.
I still have my complaint, and I'm going to rehash it again.
No, it's not innovative.
They have 8+1.
Right.
8+1.
It's a single stack.
I know, but you got the now I can't even think of the Hellcat and the 365 SIG. They're high capacity. You got mini guns with high capacity. Now you got Smith & Wesson coming out with this 8+1, and like I said a few minutes ago, it's their marketing department that's doing this, and they have these guns plotted out that they're going to sell this one for 2 years, and then they're going to sell that one for 2 years.
Right.
They're going to come out with this model, and then they're going to update this model. And I guarantee you, they got all the guns planned for the next 10 years. They're not thinking ahead. They're not trying to get ahead of anything. They're not innovating. You got SIG out there, like them or not, dangerous or not.
Yeah.
They are trying stuff. They're doing different things.
They're so innovative, they go off by themselves.
Well, you got to give Springfield Armory a little credit. They saw it, they jumped on it, they got a Hellcat out, which is a better gun.
I need some reports on
From what I've seen.
I want some reports on the Hellcat.
Okay.
Not YouTube reports. I think it's a fine firearm, but I want some people I know. I want some average everyday Joe to give me.
It's a small gun, though.
I know, but I want someone to give me a review on a Hellcat. Give me a range review, a range report. So if anyone's listening, get a hold of me with a range report. If you're watching on Facebook Live, give me a range report. If not, call me, text me, send me an email, post it on Facebook, Messenger, Patriot Defense Podcast. It's a Facebook page. Let me know. I'm curious. I don't know anyone who actually has a Hellcat. I don't. You need to buy one, Tarver.
I took a picture of one. I'm like, should I get it? And I'm like, nah, I don't want it. I just don't want it.
I am.
But just putting them in my hands, I've put the 365 in my hands, and I put their new little super sight that it really is not good. Yeah, it's no.
With a super sight, what's
that little self-contained point shooter on the 365? You know?
Oh, those are stupid. I'm still under the assumption that
I was waiting to see.
So
I was giving them the
that's
benefit of the doubt.
that's not new.
Okay.
I forget some other guns in the past have come out with that kind of system too. So it's like a snag free. You know,
how much do you snag?
It's set down. Well, let's throw this out there. So it sets down into the slide. And we went down this argument on the show before, but I still say save the money, take the sights off. And if you like that no snag system, take the sights off, grind those sons of guns off there. I got a grinder. You can bring it over here. We'll grind that sucker off in minutes. Put a dot with some fingernail polish right on the back of that slide. It's the same damn thing. Yeah. Same damn thing. You're not looking through sights.
It's not actual sights.
It's a point shooting. That's all it is.
It's not actual sights. And I've watched people that actually compared the two and shot them, and I put them in my hand. And you can actually aim with the Hellcat. Now, it's a small gun, so you have zero tolerance for movement. Your shot mechanics has to be perfect.
But it's for closer.
Yeah. But you can aim it, and you can't with the SIG.
How much more is that?
With that new sight.
Is the SIG with the new sight? Do you know?
I think it's $100 more. 50 or 100. I don't remember.
$40. $40 is what I'm going to charge you. You bring your SIG over.
Grind it down.
I will grind that sucker off. I will put a little drop of nail polish. I'll even put a little clear on there. And you are good to go. $40. I'll save you $60.
The lawyer fees would be, man, people get out there and shoot everything in sight. Todd Eccles fixed this for me.
It's custom. That's a custom Patriot Defense mod.
I would do it for $40 as a display only.
As a display only.
Then if you go out shooting it, we'll kill up half the neighborhood.
$40. $40.
Display only.
$40.
Right.
I will show you how to do it.
Well, now you're getting into the Virginia law where you're training people.
I'm training people. It's going to come back. It's going to come back and freaking haunt me. Oh, man. Okay. Well, law enforcement officer. I feel like I've already done this.
Yeah.
Law enforcement officer in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio police officer was taken to the hospital after an accident on the firing range. An accident.
Okay. This is a fun one. I'm like,
he shot himself accidentally. In the finger.
In the
middle finger, nonetheless, while on the firing range. And he says he will be okay. I was really, truly concerned. The only way is accidentally. Nothing is accidentally. It's freaking negligence, okay? It's negligent. If I do something like that, it's not an accident. It's negligence. Guess what?
If I do it, it's an accident, though.
You somehow
I'm sorry.
Put your finger.
How the hell did he do that?
In front of the freaking barrel. I have no idea. Was he trying to use two hands to reholster? I don't know.
I've tried different things, right? I don't put my fingers in front of the barrel.
He put his hand in front of the barrel. What's one of the gun rules?
Know what you're shooting at.
Don't point the gun at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Right. He must have been okay losing his middle finger, but whatever. Treat every firearm like it's loaded. Here's another one. Keep your finger off the trigger till you're ready to fire. Yeah. So not only did he break one rule, he broke two rules.
Okay.
He had his finger on the trigger, and at the same time, he had his middle finger in front of the freaking barrel.
He gets a style point, though, for shooting his... How do you do that?
I guess if you're going to break him, break
double
two at a
style
time.
Points if he was doing it one-handed and shot the hand that he was firing with. That would be impressive. I would be impressed with that. How did you do that?
You do that with the DB9.
Okay. Yeah, you could probably do that.
So
you can probably get the tip.
But you
got to really try.
I guess stuff happens, but... I got this article sent to me, and I posted it on Facebook. You can find it a few posts back. Okay, it's it went to talk about law enforcement. Right. Well, it talked about the everyday average Joe and how they should not carry in schools. The average person should not carry in schools because they aren't responsible enough. And they base this on the fact, they said that law enforcement is not responsible enough to carry in schools. Okay, they said that all over the country. and there's no way, they don't really keep track of these, obviously. All over the country, law enforcement, they have more negligent discharges than the average day person does. They have negligent discharges down at the precinct office, the station, okay? Right. They have it during training. They have it when they're cleaning their guns. They even talk about a situation in a school where there was a shooter and they had a negligent discharge in that school by an officer, and everyone thought that he shot himself on accident, negligently, and he was on the floor, and they thought they were being shot at before he actually said, no, it was me. Okay.
At least he fessed up to it, man.
Yeah, he eventually fessed up to it. But they look at that and they say, well, that happens to law enforcement officers. So the average Joe, they can't be responsible. Teachers can't be responsible enough to carry in schools. Absolutely ridiculous. My take on this is, law enforcement, there's some good people, and they go out, they're passionate about guns, and they get the training, and they go out and they shoot. Besides they may go shoot with their family on the weekends. They may pay extra for training classes because they enjoy it. That's their hobby. That's their passion. Some law enforcement offices, they post job openings on freaking Facebook.
It's just a job.
It's just a job.
And they're just there to get promoted.
You're not getting cream of the crop.
They're just there to brown nose.
They want a paycheck. That's all.
Hey, boss.
They qualify once or twice a year.
You got them everywhere.
I get sick and tired of them saying how law enforcement are so elite and so much better and I
don't understand
more responsible. I remember.
Why hold yourself to such a standard?
Yeah. I remember one.
Stop saying you're so elite. Then you have elite standards.
I remember one article I read where they said, well, the average day citizen, they are not responsible enough. They do not receive the training that law enforcement receives, so they should not be able to carry a firearm on schools or even in public. Are you kidding me? This guy shot his freaking middle finger off.
That's amazing.
Right? I've also read stories of law enforcement showing at the end of the shift, they show up and guess what? They lost their freaking taser. Where the hell do you lose a taser? Right?
Was that ever found?
I don't even know. That was local, actually. Yeah. Law enforcement leaving guns, just like we do sometimes.
He lost it at home.
I
lost it. Give me another
on
one.
The back of toilets.
That would be pretty fun to keep.
Law enforcement officers leaving their backup weapons in their personal vehicles, having their personal vehicles broke into and stolen. So who's not being responsible?
Yeah, well, there's a few of those where they just didn't lock their doors, and I'm like, who's going to break in the cop car? I'm like, you got a nice shotgun in there.
Oh yeah, your average concealed carry holder.
Pop the trunk, there's an AR in the back.
There you go. Your average concealed carry holder is passionate about firearms. It's their hobby. They love to do it, right? And so most of them are going to go and they're going to search out that extra training. They're going to search out those classes. And I venture to say that 90% of them are probably better shots than law enforcement. I mean, that's maybe a high number.
I think you're seeing a lot of people that's coming to training, though. You got a lot of people that'll buy a handgun and, they Pistol Pete, man.
But you know what? A lot of those guys,
Marshall Dillon leather holsters.
But you know what? Those guys, honestly, those guys aren't going to truly carry, though. Some of them do, but I don't think a lot of them do.
They'll wind up shooting themselves in the finger and
they may
give it up.
But it's the whole elitist attitude.
Yeah.
We're better than you. I'm like, I don't know. I know a lot of people that can shoot better than most law enforcement officers. I really do. I see a lot of them come through class. A lot of them.
Well, the whole mentality of the country is getting on my nerves. I mean, everything is. I mean, there's a story, NYPD, and I don't know if we're ready for this, and I don't know if we're ready to shift over to it.
Well, we can, whatever. Who knows? This whole thing's off out of whack tonight. Whatever, dude.
Yeah. It's we're
on take 2.
The A game was not recorded. That was the rehearsal. I
knew classic. I was going to do that again someday. Damn.
You had an officer. I just wanted to mention this though, because I keep harping on this training. This is bad training, but people defend it. And the whole mentality of the country is we got to find somebody to blame. We got to do this. We got to do this. We got to be a guilty party, which I got another story about on guilty parties. You need to knock it off. You got a New York PD. A guy is wrestling with some other guy. They said he had a gun afterwards. The guy's on the ground rolling around with him. Says he's going for it. So his buddies roll up and just spray him down. Kill them both. just checking boxes. This is our training. Stop with this nonsense. Stop. It's what happens when you get college boys and you like, hey, for some reason he's got a bachelor's degree, so he'll be great at this. No, stop it. And they, a lot of times they get ranked and all this other stuff because they got no, man, no, stop. They went up. They killed the guy that he was wrestling with, and they killed their fellow officer too.
So their buddy, their fellow officer, he was on the ground wrestling with this guy, and they all just decided to like shoot in there.
Yeah, they just killed them both.
Okay,
because they're like, he's going for it. What do? They pull out and they sprayed up the place. And they emptied their mags. Once again, you've got to stop this stuff. And this is it's a body cam. You can't get a decent body cam. I've seen body cams, and come on, man. I've worked body cams, and there's ways. You hide that body cam. You get your hands in front of it. You know where it's at. It's right in the middle of your chest. If you really want to see what's going on, you put them on the side of your head. You put them on your glasses or something like that, and they make them. We've played with them, and there's lots of ways to get around it. But this is a decent little body cam footage, and they killed them. That's their training.
I may have to post that up.
They pulled their firearms and sprayed them down.
So let me ask this. So you hear those stories about law enforcement on the side of the road,
right?
Okay, and they're rolling around in the grass with some perp, right? And they need help,
right?
And local concealed carrier guy or someone with a firearm is driving by a citizen,
right?
And the officer's like, help. So the citizen jumps out, gets his firearm, and he goes over there to help.
Whew.
Yeah.
Well, that's some good aim.
What kind of risk are you putting yourself into? You're asking me, help. I mean, does the law enforcement officer want you to shoot the bad guy that he's rolling around on the ground with? Because what if you try to help and you shoot that officer?
The best one I ever saw was a guy who walked up, and this guy was getting the best of the cop, and he was just pounding his head into the pavement, pounding the back of his head into the road.
Right.
And the old guy walks up, sir, would you like some assistance? And the cops, shoot him. So he pulls out his firearm and puts one in his chest and puts a stop to it, but he was a couple inches away. He was like from me to you.
So those cops shot and killed their fellow cop.
Yeah.
So are they in trouble?
No.
Why not?
No. It was accidental discharge. I don't mean to laugh.
48 times.
Yeah.
I mean, are they going to get in trouble for that? Because if you and me were in a parking lot and we accidentally, so let's play this scenario out a little bit.
Well,
let's say there was a
guy
guy
up on the guy in the ditch and you kill the officer.
Okay, well,
what are you going to do?
And okay, that's an officer. So let's step back. Let's say there's a bad guy.
So look, it was an accident.
He's beating on his freaking wife.
Right.
And you go to stop it and you draw the firearm and that guy doesn't stop beating on his wife and you want to put a stop to it. So you pull the trigger, you miss that guy, you hit and kill the woman. What's going on there?
See ya.
I mean, you're going down. Why is that any different for law enforcement officers? And I know it's traumatic, but it's traumatic for
it all depends on the DA, to be honest with you.
It's traumatic for the concealed
don't
carrier.
Answer questions. Keep your mouth shut.
Who just killed that innocent woman there, right? They didn't mean to. Those officers maybe didn't mean to kill their fellow officer, but they did. Murder charges?
No.
I mean, I know the answer, but it why not? They just killed their brother in blue, man.
On video. That's what's bad. It's like,
I don't know. Something to think about.
Grab the guy. Go for it. It's the training. It's the training, though. It's like, I cannot, it gets on my nerves. Stop dumping your mag on people. Stop, because you see a lot of officers, and there's a lot of altercations where people will pull guns and the officer will not shoot, and they'll talk them down or they'll try to, and it'll go on for a little while. And sometimes they have to go ahead and shoot, and I'm like, hey, man, good shoot. Can't blame you. Stop. And if somebody's pointing a gun at you, it's a difficult thing to call, because if somebody points a gun at you, kill them fast, because they're going to kill you. But at the same time, you got to be cautious, man. Don't stop instantly spraying everything. You killed your own guy.
Right.
It's crazy. What is this guy's name? See if they.
I watched a video on it.
Okay.
I forget his name, but that's a I don't know.
Police officer Brian Mulkin.
Mulkin, yeah.
In the Bronx.
Craziness, man. I mean,
Crazy.
it's too bad it happened. I mean, I'm definitely not encouraging it to happen, but wow.
Well, he was.
I honestly think they should be treated the same way as me if I were to do something like that and I shot the wrong person.
I think we need to
That's a
have
double
more
standard.
accidental stuff. I think we need to have more leniency. I think the whole power of the state is going towards this. Somebody's got to be guilty. All right, here, let's go ahead and lead into this other story. Somebody's got to be guilty and somebody's got to be held accountable. I'm like, look, man, just, sometimes stuff just happens and it's no big deal. Well, it's a tragedy, but at the same time, man, stuff happens.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm fumbling all around.
You're fumbling because you're trying to find your story.
I got too many browsers. No, I got another story that ties in perfectly where we got to find the guilty party. You broke the law. What happened to the spirit of the law? I mean, we got the letter of the law. Let's knock this crap off, man. That's like the cigarette cops. I'm sorry. Stop. Well, I had an officer my son was 17. He was like 2 months away from being 18, and
Sure.
He had a cigarette in his pocket. He wasn't smoking it. Of course, he did smoke, but we got him out of that. Thanks to nicotine gum. Anyway,
we aren't getting sponsored by any way.
No.
Anyway,
Anyway,
kickbacks.
he tries. They get the whole judicial system involved in this. You're throwing my son into the system over a cigarette because that's the letter of the law. And I'm like,
Right.
Dude, you need some real. Okay, here we go. From the Daily Mail. Broke the letter of the law. Did he break the letter of the law? Well, yes, he did. Check this out. Arizona father, 40 years old, is jailed for 8 years for beating a man, 27 years old, to death. He died later. After he tried to break into his 16-year-old daughter's bathroom stall at a Phoenix convenience store.
Okay.
This guy, 27 years old, tries to break into his 16-year-old daughter's bathroom stall at a convenience store. Pop comes in, puts some act right down on him, right?
Right.
He starts banging him, busting him up. Well, he got a little excited. He didn't pull a weapon. He didn't do anything, but he beat him up a little too much. The guy went and died in the hospital from swelling on the brain and all that stuff. Good riddance. Good job, Pops. Hero.
Right.
This man gets 8 years, and he pleaded down. At least the DA gave him that. But this man should not be in prison. This is a good dad. He did what was right. Took it a little too far. I'm sorry. I've seen people get hit. One punch, whether justified or not, fall, hit their head on the pavement, and die later. I have no intention of killing this man. Pops was angry, right? This is your 16-year-old daughter.
Oh, yeah, I'd be angry too.
You're going to bang this dude up. So, anyway, he was, this is just ridiculous. And it's the Daily Mail. I forgot what they charged him with. Was charged with second-degree murder.
So do we know?
Second-degree murder, but he accepted a plea deal, which reduced it to manslaughter. And now Pops, for doing the right thing in any measure of what's right, is going to do 8 years in prison. A law-abiding man, no trouble with the law, is going to do 8 years in prison. Not that I know of, anyway.
For defending his daughter.
Yeah.
So
because that's the letter of the law. We got to get away from that crap.
Yeah, let me ask you this, and I'm not defending whatever, but it doesn't give a lot of information in there. Maybe I
hope not.
Was the kid like?
Don't ask questions.
was the guy like he like knocked the guy out and then just sit there and just kept pounding on him? Was he knocked out?
He threw some kicks to the head and stuff while he was down. He put a beating on him. He put a proper beating on him.
I mean, if the guy was trying to fight back.
I don't care, man. You know what what state of mind you would be in?
I know.
This is like, you are full of rage. It's understandable.
Yeah,
it's understandable rage. It's not unreasonable for what the man did.
So I get it.
It's not unreasonable. Would a normal person react that way? A normal man that don't eat soy would react that way.
Don't look at me like that.
You eat soy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know what you're talking about, though.
A normal man would react that way, and he did what was right. Now this man's going to go to jail for 8 years on a plea deal. He pleaded guilty. It's a done deal. Going to jail. Crazy.
He'd probably do it again if he had to.
He did the right thing. He shouldn't be in jail.
Right.
You should find that prosecutor and fire him.
He should have carried a gun, and he should have got a good shot in, and just one's going to do it.
Well, excellent point. If he'd have walked up in there and he's defending his daughter and he put 15 rounds through the guy's chest, everybody would have said, well, that's totally justified. We understand. Because people say they shoot to stop, but 1 or 2 rounds, usually the sound of a gun, the presence of a gun will stop somebody. You put a bullet hole through somebody, either it's going to stop them or they're coming at you. When you just squeezing as fast as you can, you know when they stop? They don't even realize they're hit till they're dead.
Right, yeah. You stop when you run out of ammo, typically.
Under the letter of the law, that's justified because it happens so quick. That's what's crazy.
That's deep thoughts.
Okay.
That's
Is
our
that a deep thought?
Sure, it's our deep thoughts.
Okay. All right.
I like that.
Let's pause and ponder that for a moment.
Well, we can't because that's called dead air. We can't do dead air.
I'm going to start bringing a recorder. When we don't hit the button, I'm going to save it. See, I done saw world peace and all this stuff, man, and did it all. It wasn't recorded, so
let's
sent Greta Thunberg back to her hometown.
How dare you?
Get your ass out.
That's right.
That is not a little girl. That is a weapon disguised as a little girl
trying
to destroy our country. Get out of here.
What's
funny is they did the same thing. I think it was in the 80s or 90s. It was another 16-year-old. She spoke in front of the UN and all. Same stuff, same crap. But now the generation now don't remember that. And I'm like, they're just playing the same cards,
It's time to start it all over again.
Yeah, get out of here.
So, Nerf guns.
Nerf guns.
You like Nerf guns? You bought them for your kid, right?
I shot plenty of kids with a Nerf gun.
So, I bought them for my boys. And we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
My son, my oldest son now is 14 years old, and it's escalated from Nerf guns to the dude went.
Hang on.
Yes.
We just got a comment.
Glenita.
She made an excellent comment. I wouldn't have pleaded guilty and let it go before a jury. I would too, but I've sat in on juries. I would too. I don't know if I'd put up a defense. When it got done, I would say, what would you do? What would you do? You're going to put me in jail for this?
Right.
And jury nullification, people. The jury don't sit there and say you're going to do it, but you can sit there and once it's turned over to the jury, you can decide anything. You can have videotape of this guy carving his head off with a hacksaw. It don't matter. If you say not guilty, he's not guilty. So, yeah, but I agree completely. I would take my chances with it, and if not, hopefully get some outrage in the public. To draw some attention to it, maybe Kim Kardashian will notice you or something. But if nothing else, I would try it. But I've seen some juries, man, and they are kind of scary. They have this mentality that the mentality thing is killing me right now. That they have instructions from the court. I sit in on a jury, and they told me they gave this big old book. These are the instructions from the court. These are what you're to judge by. And people were going by and flipping through and said, they were checking boxes. They're like, well, this happened and that happened, so legally we got it. And they wanted to direct me to the page. Look at page 4. And I said, man, I'm not even looking at that. The judge ain't got nothing to do with what I got. I'm the boss now. I'm the jury.
Right.
I'm the jury. The first Supreme Court of the United States, first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States said the jury is not only to judge the merits of the case, but they are to judge the merits of the law. No way that woman was going to jail. I wasn't going to let it happen. Wasn't going to let it happen. Sit there and argue with them people, and they trying, well, technically, I don't give a damn about technically, man. I'm not sending this old lady to jail. I'm not going to do it. And finally I said, well, order some pizza, folks, because we stay in here all night. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. And then everybody come around and said, they pointed at somebody else. That guy made a good point. Not guilty. And we got out of there. Anyway, don't know why I went down there. Back to the Nerf guns.
Hey, it's something you're passionate about, man.
Jury nullification, man. That's good grief, people. Stop being told what to do. You are free people. Know your laws, know your rights. Jury nullification. Look into it.
Okay. My oldest boy is 14 years old, and we used to, get in it when he was younger with Nerf guns, right? You shot at your son with a Nerf gun, correct?
Yeah. Pepper them all up.
You said you always bought him a Nerf gun and you buy yourself a bigger one.
Oh, yeah, I got a higher capacity Nerf gun.
Of course. My son now, he's 14. He went from this high to as tall as me, like overnight.
Right.
Okay. Kid is, he likes to bow up on dad a little bit.
Yeah, got a little testosterone in the bloodstream.
Yeah, just likes to blow up a little bit. He's got this alpha thing going on. Next thing I know, he's punching at me a little bit on my arm, and I just kind of like let it go, and a little harder, and he's laughing, and a little harder, and I reach out and grab his arm, and he kind of looks at me. I'm like, "You sure you want to do that, boy?"
Testing the water,
and
seeing how far I can go.
I was making dinner the other night in the kitchen. He come in there and he starts. He's a little kid. He'd shoot me with his Nerf gun. Now he comes in and pushing me around. So come on, let's go. Next thing I know, I grabbed his arm, I spun him around, put him in a freaking full Nilsson, and his arms were like all, he couldn't do anything, and it was fantastic. My wife comes in.
You just confessed on the air.
My wife comes into the
Child Protective Services.
My wife comes into the kitchen screaming, "What are you guys doing? Take it out of my kitchen!" And she's all mad. And and then he did it again the other night, and I put him in I've never put someone to sleep. I don't even know if you can do that, but I grabbed him. I said, "I'm in a sleeper hold." I'm like squeezing. It was great, man. It's great fun. But anyhow, when he was a kid, it was Nerf guns.
You never choked anybody out?
No.
It's fun. I'll show you how.
Well, oh yeah, show me how to do it. Yeah. But anyhow, Nerf guns.
It's hilarious.
Nerf guns are a bad thing now.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Poor Hasbro.
You got to keep pushing me. Here we go.
We've got a story. It's like we've done this before.
Okay, yeah, that's why I wasn't looking at in New York, from ammoland.com. A consumer group calls for Hasbro, the ISIS of America, Hasbro.
How dare you?
To stop selling assault-style Nerf guns.
Assault-style Nerf guns. Nerf guns. Because we're gonna assault our kids with.
Hell yeah, that's why I'm buying them, man.
That's exactly. I want to assault my kids with the Nerf guns.
Every time he pokes his head around the corner.
I'm gonna assault my wife with the freaking Nerf gun till she takes them away.
No, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not getting in trouble.
But they don't like these Nerf guns.
No,
they're coming after the kids.
The Empire State Consumer Project Director. What in the world is that? Carol, is that a legitimate government source?
It must be, man.
Empire State Consumer Project Director?
Must be. I don't know.
Empire State Consumer. Okay, whatever. Carol Chittington thinks that parents that buy these toy guns are bad examples for their kids.
Of course they are.
And what's funny is they're doing the same thing that they did to the other gun manufacturers. Not going after the fact that they had a gun, sold a gun, got a gun, the guy killed his mom and stole her guns. They're going after the fact that they put out a commercial that they said was, what kind of gun commercial is that? Anyway, some kind of advertisement that said it was making it cool for kids, and it was targeting kids like they did with the cigarettes.
Oh, yes.
Same thing. So that's how they went after them, which everybody knows guns are freaking cool. That's why people watch John Wick. I'm sorry, if a man falls off an 8-story building and slaps, the pavement, he's gone. But I still watch it because he's got cool guns.
I've never seen John Wick.
Well, the third one gets it's pushing credulity. The commercial is comical, they say, but the group thinks it is horrifying that Hasbro is using comedy to sell its machine gun.
Toys. They're toys. They shoot foam darts.
They're red and yellow, man.
Are they 5.56 dots?
I don't know. They're freaking huge, though. I mean, they're big old colorful. They're the clown guns of toys. I could even
ridiculous.
I can't even accept any of it. But if it looked like, you have some guns that look like real guns.
Oh yeah, they do.
You have one that used to be around here.
It's in the other room.
Okay, it looks like a real gun, and that could be a little dangerous.
That could be a problem.
Start whipping that thing around. And remember the kid poor little kid, like 8 years old at the park.
Oh yeah.
Police pulled up and just shot him right away.
Jacked him.
But he had a toy gun that looked realistic. A Nerf gun. Come on, man. God.
Okay. They're coming after our Nerf guns.
Nerf guns.
Are they going to outlaw that? So if I bought a bunch of
There is no more problems in the world to be solved. So now we got to go for the Nerf guns.
If I bought a bunch of Nerf guns for my kid and I lived in Virginia and I taught him how to shoot those Nerf guns, am I going to get a felony?
Yep.
A felony.
You raising terrorists, man.
Felony. So that thing that's going on in Virginia right now, if you know, it's they're going after, you can't train. They want to instate it so you can't train people, you can't teach people concealed carry, you can't do anything. And if you do train someone and that person uses that firearm, or if uses a firearm to defend himself and shoot someone else, they are going to track it back to you, and you are going to be charged because you trained them how to do that. Absolutely ridiculous.
Madness.
So
this is Bloomberg. Now, Bloomberg endorsing all this. Not only that, this bill's been around for a long time. They didn't just whip this thing up over the weekend. It's been sitting there collecting dust, waiting for the right moment.
Oh yeah, this is all, you know, pre-planned and all that good stuff. So let me.
What you got?
We got it here. So there's an article that came out. You know, Virginia's threatening, and we'll get into this in just a minute. But I'll play this excerpt, this article, video, whatever. I can't say that damn word. I don't even know why I freaking try. But big things are happening over in Virginia, and right now there are some Republicans that are actually urging people to buy guns, and they're saying Christmas is coming. Buy guns, and give them to your family and friends for gifts.
All right, what they gonna say whenever they pass this and they say we're coming to get them? What are the Republicans gonna say then?
I don't know, but let's take a listen to this.
Okay.
At All Shooters Tactical in Woodbridge, not a flood, but a steady flow of gun buyers looking to stock up. Some in response to the Democratic takeover in Richmond come January.
How dare you?
So I think that
that
a gun
one.
for Christmas, especially for self-protection, I think it's a great gift.
Republican firebrand Corey Stewart has repeatedly lost statewide races. But he helped turn out more than 1,000 people last night in support of a measure declaring Prince William County a Second Amendment sanctuary. Stewart expects a lot of people will be buying guns for the holiday.
Have you bought one for yours, guys?
Well, that's a secret.
I don't want anybody to know.
I don't want her to watch Channel 9 and know what I'm going to buy her.
Can I give a firearm to friends or family? The answer is yes.
Gun rights lawyers say it is legal as long as you're giving the firearm to someone who is legally allowed to own one.
It is a felony if they cannot, and you have knowingly given them a firearm.
But the lawyer also says it is smarter to give a gift card and let the recipient go through a background check.
I'm a concealed carry, my wife concealed carries. Our Second Amendment is important to us.
Democrat Vic Angry says he supports gun rights and took stock of the big turnout at the Sanctuary County vote. But he also says there are limits.
No, I don't think anyone needs to have an assault rifle. I'm sorry. I don't think anyone needs to have an assault rifle.
An assault rifle. No one needs an assault. You know what? I don't think anyone owns a freaking assault rifle. No. I don't own an assault rifle. Do you own an assault rifle?
I do not.
I own an AR-15. That's not the same thing.
No.
Okay, learn your guns.
But supporters estimate there are already 15 to 20 million of them in circulation in America. In Woodbridge, Bruce Leshan, WUSA 9.
So there you go.
Okay.
You got the Republicans see this coming, and they say go out and buy some guns. I don't know what's going to happen, but we got a lot of stuff going on in Virginia right now. A lot of stuff,
man.
And if you think
this dummy thinks because he thinks you shouldn't have it, I don't think you should have it. Well, I don't think you should hold public office. So there you go.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I want to get into this, and there's a lot to talk about. We aren't going to cover probably all of it tonight, but I want to touch on some of it because this Virginia thing has me absolutely fascinated.
Watch it, man. Watch it.
Fascinated. They're talking.
Popping off.
Yeah, I mean it could be. So
it could.
I mean they're going to institute this. The big thing is this gun. It's the AR-15 registry. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
AR-15 registry, and they're saying that if you don't register, they're going to come get them.
Door to door, we coming.
And the sheriffs are saying are making all these like 80 counties over there. There's 80 out of like 90 something counties. 80 of them have been declared. They've declared Second Amendment sanctuary counties. And in one of
that's
them,
how much of the state is red. Yeah, and they still lost.
One of them, the sheriff is saying he's going to is it deputize?
Yeah,
or
he said he'll deputize
thousands of people. Okay,
Culpeper County.
And so they're doing this. And
Sheriff Jenkins.
And that's great. Sheriffs need to come out and they need to stand up. I totally get that. I totally understand that. But this the governor,
right,
or the soon to be governor is coming out saying, no. We will bring in the National Guard if we have to.
Yeah.
We will bring in the National Guard and we will fix this. We will take this.
Yeah.
We'll do what we want. You will listen to us no matter what. Now, you have people that come out, and I've had people send me articles and links and all kinds of stuff, and they stated that the sheriff is an elected official. It's an elected office by the people. He can do what no one can remove him. That's what it says. That's the way it's supposed to happen. But you know what?
Scott Israel got removed.
I'm supposed to have my Second Amendment rights as well. We see how that's going.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they say, well, they can't use the National Guard. That's posse comitatus. You can't. I also read something today that said federally, they can't come in and do that federally, right?
WashingtonExaminer.com.
But in fact, I want to read. Can I read that? I'll read that little section. I'm going to read this.
WashingtonExaminer.com.
It says, yes, Virginia, the governor really can use National Guard to enforce gun control. It says the president, as commander-in-chief of the armed forces, is the only person who can nationalize the Guard. But state governors have the latitude to use it to enforce state law.
They did it in Louisiana.
Legal experts said, until it is nationalized, it's a creature of the state. It is owned, it is controlled by the state. So what that leads me to believe is that, yes, the governor can activate the National Guard.
They did it in Rambo.
Yep, to enforce even a state law. So there you go. That's what the legal experts are saying. So they can do that, and it wouldn't be, I don't believe, posse comitatus.
It don't matter. It don't matter. They're making up stuff. It don't matter what they can and can't do.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop them?
They're going to do it.
What kills me is this Governor Coon Man, as he calls himself, Mr. Blackface. He's up here and in this bubble.
Yeah.
And they don't care one lick about cops. They don't care anything about the citizens. They don't care anything about the National Guard. They don't care. They're going to let you fight on the street. What kills me, what amazes me is these people are in such a bubble, the governor and everything else, they feel like they're untouchable.
Right.
Be careful. Be careful, because one of those people in Virginia may feel like you are touchable. Be careful.
Right.
You don't know what you're starting here.
And
it might not, you're going to have some people fight on the street. You're going to have some of them Virginia boys
right, looking for you,
reaching out a long way.
So I want to throw this out there too, that what people need to understand, the way what I believe anyhow, this is the testing ground. They're going to do this here and see what happens, and they're doing this to see if this is something that'll work in the rest of the country.
Yeah, this is
ground zero.
Yeah.
This is ground zero. Now I hear, a few weeks ago we talked about that whole Whiskey Warrior 556.
Right.
Okay. And this is what concerns me about this whole thing. Whiskey Warrior 556, he was drunk. He made a lot of accusations and said that they were doing this. He was drunk. He made a bunch of Instagram videos. He streamed them. People saw him. People showed up to help. Nothing went on. A drunk man was ranting
Lots of people showing up
in the freaking attic. And they're lucky, everyone that showed up, they were looking for a chance to pull the trigger.
They're tired of
what.
People are ready to react.
That's what bothers me, though.
Yeah, and they're ready to react a little too fast, especially with Whiskey Warrior 556.
Right.
It's like, slow down. Let's get this a minute. This guy's looking a little goofy. It's a little different with the governor of Virginia saying he's going to send the National Guard. It's like,
right.
You got a lot of people. It's not a lot of people, but you got enough that are ready to show up and kick stuff off that know they're not coming home from this.
Right.
And they're like, I don't know what they're thinking. You're not coming home. You're not coming home. Now, I don't know what you got planned, but
right.
You're not going to make it out of there.
Personally, this concerns.
And some people are okay with that, and some people are thinking, I don't know. I don't know what kind of Rambo thing they got going.
Right.
It's like they might think they're coming out of there and then go do some crazy stuff. But I'm like, when it pops off, it's popping off.
It really concerns me.
It ain't going to unpop.
It really concerns me that people from all over the country are ready to load their crap up in their freaking truck and head to Virginia. I mean, I read comments. There's a local Second Amendment advocacy group here locally in our state, and I'll read some of the comments, and it just concerns me. It just makes me scratch my head. Where are they? It talks about everything that's going on, and that Virginia is putting together this militia, or have put together this militia. And where's it at? There we go. Someone quotes on here, in exclamation points, starting of a civil war. Freaking people are excited for this. Okay,
some people are.
Starting of a civil war, and some guy says, "Well, you got to start somewhere." And someone says, I hope this militia gets things rolling. People are like, and so it begins. I'm ready for it to go. I'm loading my stuff up. One guy says, a call to all. If you can go there, go. Offer support in any form. I mean, Virginia has reciprocity with every other state. Just saying, load up your stuff. Go, go, go. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong, and I'm all for defending the Second Amendment. But come on, really?
It depends. I mean, we're not talking about a rally or standing around the state capitol and with your posters and stuff. This could get nasty.
What I mean,
this could get nasty. You're gonna let enough people's gonna want to show up in force and just have their voice be heard.
Right.
You're gonna have a few people that are gonna look to take it to the next level. And all it takes is a couple shots, and this is Concord and Lexington type crap taking place here, man. This could be
bad. This could be bad. So here's another way to look at this. Okay. I don't know. I personally, here's where I stand, and maybe my followers are going to drop off. I have no idea. But
shit, they done dropped off. We didn't record anything. They all
go. I'm down to this. I'm going to treat it like me and my concealed carry.
Okay.
And it's just my mentality, and I guess there's different mentalities out there. I totally understand that, but this isn't time for a Rambo type situation. But I carry a gun. It's protecting me and my family. I'm not one to jump in and chase down the shooter. Okay,
right.
That's not me. If the fight comes to me, I'm all for it. And I treat this for me. I treat it the same way. I'm not running to freaking Virginia. I'm not running to save Whiskey 55. Warrior 556 either. I'm here. If it comes to me, I'll figure it out. I leave here, my family's unprotected. That's just the way it is. So, but we need to look at this. I know they want the guns. I know that. But do you think to a certain extent they're waiting to see what happens? The government is, or the state government, and so they can, if something gets set off, they can declare martial law and come in there and do whatever they want.
It's a big game of chicken right now, and they're watching to see what's really going to take place, and it's a very freaking dangerous game.
You think they're trying to flush out those that are really going to cause trouble?
I don't necessarily think so, especially if you get 1 million people show up. It could, I don't know.
Right.
They're obviously going to use any data that they can get to their advantage, but it's a dangerous, dangerous game. I mean, and we're not talking about a danger coming to your house necessarily. We're talking about the state, the power of government coming at you.
Right.
And at that, you're going to have, I tell you what a lot of people are thinking. Am I going to sit here and die alone 30-1, or am I going to go where I can at least push back a little bit?
I can't get. It's just me, and I know you and me probably.
It's a one-way trip, brother. It's a one-way trip.
You and me probably look at things a little different.
Okay,
and I like that because we kind of go. I mean, I'm not saying I'm totally against it, but I ain't totally for it.
No.
I think people are jumping too fast.
Yeah. They jump too fast at the Whiskey Warrior thing.
What concerns me is people are excited. I guess they're freaking excited for this.
Get excited.
I read all day comments. I know you go places on the internet and look at stuff too. Well, people are excited for this. They want to do.
I think
this.
a lot of them's keyboard warriors though. But here's the problem. Once again, with mentality, that's why threats never work. They never work because so many people talk trash that when somebody comes up and tells you, this is what I'm going to do to you.
Right.
This is going to happen. Everybody thinks it's trash talk. But you got a certain segment of the community, when they tell you, I'm showing up and I'm going to do this, there's a few of them that's coming to do it.
Right.
And you say you got 90% of the crowd there. Say there's 1,000 people. Say 900 of them. Say 995 are there to, hold their protest signs and shout. Say you got 5 that are going to take out some of these top politicians. They're surrounded by security. What happens when security starts shooting back? What happens when innocent people in the crowd starts? This could turn a mess.
I mean, are you gonna have 1,000 people?
I'm just
I know, but I'm just saying protesting. That's my worry.
Legitimate picture.
Well, that's my worry. You're gonna have 2 that are just gonna pull the trigger, and maybe they shouldn't. And they're gonna start some shit that shouldn't be started.
Well, see, not only that.
That's what I'm scared about. That
it's mob mentality, man. You start getting a mob, and
I know
the mob will take on a life of its own when you get enough people.
Oh yeah.
Hooping and hollering and cheering around. I can't. There's so many people that got caught up in stuff, and they're like, I just got caught up in the moment. You do.
Oh yeah,
that mob will sweep over the crowd. It takes on its own life, and you'll do stuff that you're like, when it's over, I don't know why I did that. Yeah, well, too late now, brother.
Yeah, no, I get you.
It very easily. This is a very dangerous game of chicken.
That could go way wrong.
This governor, y'all got to get rid of him, and every peaceful way that you can.
Yeah,
get rid of this clown. Get rid of this clown. He had the whole Democrat Party against him when he showed up in blackface and he had the Klan hood on. You remember him?
Yeah.
And he called himself Coon Man. What kind of freaking nickname is Coon Man? What does that even mean?
I don't.
Anyway, so now he's trying to. He's
trying to make a name for himself.
He's making them Bloomberg dollars, man. There's a lot of money going on here.
Oh, yeah.
And this is Michael Bloomberg, who's running for president. What a moron. Tell you what, Michael Bloomberg has some of the best security money can buy. Have you ever seen his security team? Don't walk up to that dude.
Right.
Don't walk up to that dude. But I guarantee you he's being looked at. I guarantee you. I'm not saying I am. I'm not encouraging anybody to. I'm telling you, people are looking at that.
Well, there is.
Be careful. You in these little bubbles, you think you can't nobody touch you.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Well, there's actually people going as far as, I mean, and I've got a clip. That video that I sent you, the YouTube video, of that guy talking about this.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have to play. Do you think I should play that? Or is that too?
I think it struck a nerve with you. I think you should play
think it did strike a nerve with me. And
we done lost everybody anyway.
We did. It's about 6 minutes, and I'm gonna play it because
we'll interrupt.
I kind of feel like this guy. And let me set it up so we get it. We can get it on pause like I want to.
I just feel he's taken. I agree with him in some ways, but I disagree with him in other ways.
But he also talks about some stuff that's crazy. I mean, there's some people, he says that, wherever he's been and listening and talking to people, there's people that are going out there getting like law enforcement officials' freaking addresses and I'm coming for you. I'm coming for.
I don't understand that. Why?
People are crazy.
Well, good grief, man. Why are you doing? All right. Say you're going to give your life away, all right?
Right.
You're going to give it for the country, the Constitution, whatever, for your family, for whatever your beliefs, whatever. You're not coming back from this, all right? Come on, man.
Right.
Come on. Never mind. Just leave it alone.
Well, okay, I'm going to play this. What it is I was poking around on YouTube today trying to find some different audio clips, and I found this guy, and his YouTube channel goes by the name of Gray Note. Okay, I've never heard this guy before. I thought I'd listen.
I tell you what, people that are looking for law enforcement addresses and stuff are the people that ain't really thinking too much, so they're dangerous, but they're
well, and this guy's not.
They're not going to.
This guy's not looking for him. This is something.
I know. I'm saying. I'm just.
Yeah, I was not expecting what I heard when I played this guy stuff. Okay. I was expecting to get pissed off and irritated.
I hope I'm coming across okay. Look, we are not for this.
Yeah, I know.
Do not send.
No. They don't think that at all. So
we're gonna send armored cars to my house.
We're gonna play this, and if you want me to pause it, you want to comment, just holler. I got it set up so we can pause it. So Here we go.
Hey guys, Gray Note coming at you with a quick video. I know I haven't been on here in a while. With hunting season, working overtime while it's available, I just haven't had time for videos. Last time we talked, we were talking about the Whiskey Warrior 556 incident. I won't go into all of the details, but you're welcome to Google it or go back and watch my previous video. To make a long story short, this guy got on Instagram on the live stream and was saying that he was being red flagged. The red coats were there and it was time for the Boogaloo 2.0. Some reports of 80 to 100 people showed up with rifles and body armor to monitor the situation and stated they would act if need be. While I must applaud the fact that rubber hit the road, these people didn't have all the information. It turned out this Whiskey Warrior character wasn't being honest with us. In that video, one of the commenters put a link up to another video about what's happening in Virginia. I don't think these two things can be isolated from each other. I think that they're intertwined. We all know that Virginia turned very deep blue. The legislature and the governor are promising sweeping gun control laws, and they want to act fast. And by all means, they're going to get pushed through. Virginia is becoming the new mothership of gun control in the U.S. They're completely throwing out the Second Amendment and the First Amendment. That's not the scariest part. They are more or less wanting to make it impossible to engage in firearms training. They want to hold people criminally responsible if somebody you trained breaks the law, utilizing any of the training you've given them. If you've taught someone how to assemble a gun, how to fight with a gun, you're responsible for them from that point forward. Additionally, they want to make it illegal for people to gather and protest peacefully if they're armed. Don't take my word for this stuff, guys. Go look it up on your own. Violating the First and the Second Amendment like we've never seen before. We can't isolate what happened in New York from what is happening in Virginia. People in New York showed up with firearms to protest police action. Do you see the parallel that Virginia is making? And that's part of the problem here. People are calling for this Boogaloo, this Civil War 2.0.
Here's the difference. We were listening to a guy on, what is it, Instagram or whatever.
Right.
And he said, I need your help, Mr. Boogaloo and all this stuff. Have some more whiskey. And he was clowning, all right? They should drag him out. They should tell the cops, y'all step back. We're going to put a beat down on this for getting us up here. But the difference is now you got a governor of the state threatening to have send the National Guard to put down anybody who stands up. And I'm like, brothers, there's a legitimate threat this time.
No, there is. And I think I could be taking it wrong, but I think what he's saying is you had some drunk moron doing this.
I told you, it's dangerous mentality taking place right now. You had
60 to 80 people, is kind of what I heard and kind of what he taught. I think he might have mentioned, I'm not sure. Show up to help fight for this guy and stage somewhere for some drunk moron posting drunk Instagram videos in an attic, right? Okay, if you had those people show up for this, you're going to have way more to show up for this. I mean, he's just showing, I think he wanted to show how people were going to show up, and people were on freaking edge. If they're going to show up for that guy, they're really going to show up for this.
That's what I was saying last time. I said people are taking this, not whenever we discussed this on the podcast, I was like, people are showing up to fight. This is something that's spreading. This is something that's getting into the psyche of America.
Oh, yeah.
Better be careful.
You're okay. Well,
all right, let's go.
They have no idea the gravity of the situation. Things aren't going to go like you think they're going to go.
I do agree with him on this.
People are saying they're going to gather intel on police officers so that when things kick off, they know who to come get. That is insane.
It's a big war. All it is they're treating it like a big war room online chat forum game.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
There are some bad cops, but they're not all jackbooted thugs. Just like in the Patriot movement, there are some bad apples too, like this Whiskey Warrior 556 guy.
I love that he said that.
He doesn't represent us, nor does the bad cops represent all police officers. And the irony of the situation is we're having all these sanctuary counties crop up in Virginia, and this movement's being led by local sheriffs. Think about that. The Civil War 2.0 guys are saying that the cops are their enemy, where in Virginia, it's the sheriffs, the law enforcement, that is fighting to preserve their Second Amendment rights. But back to the point, most Americans have never known true struggle. We've all lived in our ivory towers, insulated from what the real world is like. If you think things are actually about to turn hot, you need to be getting up off your ass, off the internet, and working out. You need to be getting in shape. You need to be developing a leadership structure, an intelligence network. It's not all fun and games. It's a lot of hard work. If you think a shooting war is what's going to happen here in the United States, you're out of your mind. Not only is that going to be terrible for everyone involved, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be glorious. Just think of the original Civil War, where we had an actual boundary. We had borders. We're not going to have that this time. You never know who is for or against you. Think about what Putin's quoted with having said. He said that the United States and Russia are already at war. The United States just doesn't know it yet. In 2019, war isn't about throwing bullets back and forth. War is about propaganda, winning of public opinion, finances,
structure.
Yeah.
You guys aren't ready. And if you think you are, you're in for a rude awakening. Now is not the time for armed conflict. I don't care how bad you think it is, you've got it pretty good. Right now is the time to do the stuff you should have been doing all along, like getting involved in local politics, running for office, supporting politicians that are actually going to take their oath of office seriously. Like, for instance, here in my county, I used to serve on the Friends of the NRA committee. I was the vice president for several years. One of our committee people ran for sheriff and was elected. Don't you think that's the kind of person that you want to have in office? And beyond that, you need to be networking with people that you actually know and can meet face to face in your own neighborhood, so that situations like this Whiskey Warrior thing don't happen again. Because that made all of us look bad. Now is the time to bring our community together rather than arguing on the internet. And quite frankly, I'm guilty of it too. I've spent a lot of time
we all
being a jerk,
crap sometimes.
been snarky and silly and everything else. But now is the time for unity. If we just balkanize ourselves, we can't be successful. Until next time, quit living in this Fantasyland, Civil War 2.0 boogaloo world and live in the real world.
I really like what he had to say.
I do too.
I think there will be shooting involved if something happens. Don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of this information and money and
it is. I've talked to people and just trying to get where their heads are at and stuff, and it's like, who's your team? Who's your people?
Nobody knows.
Y'all got some highly trained guys. I'm like, are you training them to do this, clean
No, they're loading their shit up in their truck and head to Virginia.
I ain't doing that.
They don't know what they're doing.
It's like, oh man. So yeah, it's not gonna be. I don't know what people. It's like pulling your firearm. It's the last freaking step. It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. It's not something you want. Leave me alone, man.
Give
me my Netflix and Cheetos.
so many people want this though.
People are getting tired of being pushed around.
I know, but it's getting scary.
They are.
They want it, but I don't think they really know what they want. It's not
going to happen like they think.
It's not going to play out in their head. This isn't. So many people play keyboard warrior. Okay, the keyboard warrior. I've got my AR-15. I got everything I need. It's kind of like tactical LARPing. Okay. Hey, remember that?
We should bring that back.
Yeah, bring that back. But I mean, it's
Civil War LARPing.
Well, it's they don't know. They just want to go out and do it. And I understand people are frustrated, but they need to really take a look at this.
Well,
people don't want to go vote. They don't want to do that.
Here's part of the mentality.
But they're ready
it's
to
like
pull
no matter
the trigger.
who we put in office, no matter what we do to change things.
Right.
And for the most part, what's happening is most of these people are just now starting to wake up. 20, 30, 40 years ago, not too long ago, the government could tell you anything. We got to go to war because this threw babies out of incubators, and people ate it up. Okay, well, let's go. Just recently, the freaking news media, which is completely owned and operated, man, it's completely deep state, are telling you that every time that Bashar al-Assad was about to win, that every time that they were about to crush him, all of a sudden he decided he would fire nerve gas when the United States and the whole world's telling him, we're not going to interfere with you, but if you fire nerve gas, we're coming to kill you. And all of a sudden he would just do it for some strange reason. And people believe that nonsense. It's ridiculous. That's like John McCain with his old satanic ass up there. You can kill all the people you want, but he's using barrel bombs. What the hell is a barrel bomb? All of a sudden, I'm sorry, if you dead, you dead, all right?
Yeah.
But if you use a barrel bomb, we coming to get you. Come on, man. And people bought that crap. People still buying that crap. And now you got more and more people waking up to where they distrust government. You should always distrust government. The freaking founding fathers told you to distrust government. It's a necessary evil, they said. And it is a harsh taskmaster. You do not want them to have too much power and control. They built it. People have bought it. Now that they're waking up, it's like an adrenaline rush. And it's like, calm down, brother. Been telling you this for a long freaking time.
Right.
I'm not a conspiracy nut. I can tell you what they said. And now they're starting to wake up, and you got more and more people that are, and it's a pushback. It's like they want to challenge them. It's like, we want to take this whole system down. I'm like, be careful, man.
Well, here, and real quick, and we could talk for hours on this thing. We really could. I think
not in these chairs.
Yeah, I think we're just going to end up. We're almost done. I think we'll just end up talking in circles if we do it. Just. So I look at it. I don't know. I don't know what to think exactly. So I look at it as you got all these people that you said. There's a bunch of people just waking up.
Yeah,
they're waking up. They want to do something.
And they're trying to do some pushback. They're like,
they are. But how come? Where were these people before it got serious? Why
they kept thinking?
Why weren't they voting? Why weren't they doing that? Now the chance they get a strap on their AR-15s, load up their mags, put on their body armor, they're ready to go.
There's a lot of them that did try. They tried a lot of the voting stuff. As a matter of fact, George Bush helped wake a lot of people up when we had the president, we had the supermajority in the Senate, the House, we had everything. We could do anything. We could do whatever we wanted. What do we do? Not a damn thing.
I know.
Do nothing. But all those fake promises, all that. We finally did it, and he didn't do nothing. So you're talking about just from a few years ago, people started snapping out of this.
Sure.
And now they voting for Trump, and they're like, yeah, we're going to take it down. Guess what? They ain't laying down.
Yeah.
They're fighting back. And they're tying his hands up. Basically, he's got a lot of good ideas. Every single advisor he's got advises him to hire the most awful people you've ever seen in your life, and he just keeps picking all these garbage can people, and they keep tying his hands, and they're basically tied him up. What has he been in office? 3 years now? He's not really ain't been no draining of no deep state yet. Ain't nothing happening. Now Barr's saying, well, it's just going to take time. You think Barr's going to get anything done? I don't think so.
So
it's not that easy. You don't just pick up your rifle and they lay down and say it's over.
Well, so I see those people that are interested. They didn't do anything. Now they want to go to war. Or they want to start the Civil War, the freaking Boogaloo 2 or whatever the crap it is. And then on the far side, and I think I fall somewhere in between because I really don't know what I want to do. But then you got people on the far side.
I don't want that, man.
Well, I don't want it either. But you have people on the far side too that they post a lot of stuff. They say a lot of stuff, and I don't know.
A lot of people are venting, and and be careful with your venting because now that stuff will get you in trouble. And that pisses people off even more.
Yeah.
But a lot of them's just blowing off some steam. But at the same time, this could get, Be careful.
This could be this. I don't know. Well, I don't know if there's much more to say on
We
that.
got a whole economic collapse coming, man.
Yeah.
We got a POFUS going to strike.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Don't sweat it, man. Don't sweat it.
The meteor is going to come.
Eat your Cheetos and watch your Netflix. And
get it in now because that meteor, the Apophis will take care of all that.
Yeah, Apophis is going to do it. He's going to wipe out about 2 billion people.
We need to get a good Apophis clip in here. And Apophis is coming. instead of my new favorite one, which is
How dare you?
That's
you gotta
irritating little girl.
You gotta like Greta. So
I don't remember what podcast I said it on.
Oh, well, look at that. We lost our Facebook Live, but you know what? I think we're gonna call it good for today. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I think maybe we can bring it back on. I don't know, maybe Saturday, the weekend right before Christmas. That'd be cool.
Well, we got a couple more little things to hit.
We got some more stuff to talk about today?
You got something that pisses me off, man.
Oh.
And you got a police officer.
We got it, dude. It'd be a good, long podcast. I like it.
This is the Daily Mail, Washington County Sheriff's Office. Police officer, this is what I said at one time. It's like when people are starting to target cops, and this is probably an Antifa guy, and you get all this hype and all this stuff blowing up and all this stuff.
Craziness.
Walked up to his patrol car at the back of the precinct. And the story says he shot him in the head 10 times. I think he shot 10 times. I don't know. I think that's some bad reporting because 10 times is an awful lot. Anyway, just walked up to the guy in the patrol car. When people start targeting you, they're just going to come at you and you're not going to see it coming. It's just going to happen. Anyway, 2 of the officers from behind the precinct chased him down and killed the guy.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, he was gonna die. I'm sorry, you gonna die, brother.
Freaking Antifa. So
ain't good. I mean, stop with all the $1 million court trials.
It's our favorite segment is coming up, and what is that?
I don't know. What is that?
Well, what pisses you off?
Okay, I got something that pisses me off.
Say it. You got to say it first. You got to introduce it.
I thought you recorded it.
I didn't. I erased the damn.
Oh, shit.
I
See?
screwed up.
You got big old buttons that are
I didn't even
by an inch.
Start the
so
recording
you can't hit them by accident. And come on, man.
You need to look and see that's red, that's on.
Okay, well, I didn't. Whenever you pointed at it, I'm like, no, you didn't.
You got to look. If
we went for 25 minutes.
If this timer
and it wasn't recorded,
it's not going.
That's your board. It's not mine. I don't know what's on.
Don't know how to run it off. Yeah. So you know what pisses me off? You know what pisses me off?
Let me tell you something that pisses me off, man. I'm seeing some stuff on this. We got these advertisements for these Christmas sales and all this stuff, and on the radio nonstop. I'm in my vehicle, right? If I'm not in my vehicle, I'm listening to the radio on my headphones or a podcast or whatever while I'm working. The Tiger Claw.
The Tiger Claw.
The Tiger Claw. They're trying to sell this to ladies as a self-defense tool for the holidays, and it's got this. Depending on which one you look at, it's got little sharp hooks in it, and they brag about how it collects DNA as you strike. And I'm like, what? Are you out of your freaking mind? You gonna scratch somebody up that's attacking you? That is crazy. Ladies, don't you get no damn Tiger Claw and think you're gonna be safe.
What's more effective, a Tiger Claw or pocket sand?
Pocket sand. But that just pisses me off. I'm like, you people are marketing this to people, and that's not going to stop any. It's going to make them angry. As a matter of fact, you had a point for a while back there that you'd have all these people that were in their cars and they'd be burned up. And it's like, what the hell's going on? Come to find out, talking to the criminals and stuff, that they whenever DNA got popular there for a while, they would just set the bodies on fire to kill the DNA. You even had the one young couple that horribly mutilated and raped and all kinds of stuff, and they poured bleach all over them, down their throats and everything, just trying to kill DNA. Your little scratch toy ain't going to stop a violent attacker. It's not going to do it. It's going to make them angry, and then they're probably going to say, I got to kill you. Get yourself a firearm, get you some training, and defend yourself properly. All right?
Well, don't do it half-ass.
Well, when you got this little thing that's got like a 1/4-inch needle and it's poking holes in them and scratching them and they bleed.
It's good for scratching your back.
It's going to make them angry. It's going to tear up everything in your purse or pocket or whatever you put it in. And it's not going to defend you. Then they're going to kill you. Get you a firearm, learn how to use it, learn how to draw it, whip that firearm out, and you'll get some act right. You'll get some respect.
I'm finding us a Tiger Claw commercial now.
Tiger Claw. It's disgusting that they selling this to people. They put people's lives in danger to make a couple dollars on the freaking holidays, on Christmas. It's disgusting.
It's a chunk of plastic, man.
It's disgusting. Don't get a Tiger Claw.
The Tiger Claw.
We will never have a Tiger Claw endorsement here. Don't get a Tiger Claw.
I'm going to get one for my wife for Christmas. I need it. I have like one more gift I got to get her.
You know what? That's just enough of a weapon that if you pull that out on somebody, they can kill you and say, you pulled a weapon on me.
Is it a good sell?
I don't know.
$19.99.
But no. I hate that. I hate that they're doing it. I hate that people will fall for that thinking it's going to be some kind of self-defense.
It's just like the stupid ass holsters they have too.
Which ones?
Oh, the one where you insert the plastic rod into the freaking barrel of the gun with the exposed trigger.
I got one of those, man.
You have one of those?
I have some of everything.
Can you bring that? I want to take a look at it.
I can. Well, if I can find it.
I want to look at it.
I broke a couple of them. If you snatch it right, you'll just break it. But the cool thing is it falls right out.
I want to take a look at it.
Yeah,
I got to. You know what? You bring your box of holsters in here. We got to go through them.
Oh, man. I'll go. I just got rid of a few of them. So
yeah, bring them in.
I got a couple of those somewhere. I don't know where.
Check it out. But I tell you what, if you like the podcast, first of all, thanks for listening. Share it with your family. Share it with your friends. We are on, it's under the Patriot Defense Podcast. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Spotify. And now you can find us on Stitcher. Actually, we've been on Stitcher for quite a while, but some moron misspelled the Patriot Defense Podcast, and it would never be pulled up right.
Okay.
And he just noticed it like a week ago, and he fixed it. It's now under the Patriot Defense Podcast.
Okay, cool.
Spaces capitalized. Punctuation is correct.
You know the biggest problem you have with the name of your podcast is when you type in Patriot Defense to anything, it goes to New England Patriots.
I know it does.
It's like,
I can't change the name.
I know. You got to put taglines in there or something.
And you can find us on YouTube and some other podcast apps that I don't remember. But we're out there. You can find us. You can go to our website, it's patriotdefense13.com, and you can listen to it right there. You can hit the contact button. You can contact us. You can call me. You can text me. Area code 620-794-6223. 620-794-6223. Tell us you liked it. Tell us you're headed to Virginia. If you are, we want to hook you up with your cell phone, and we want to get live updates.
Reports. Yeah,
live reports. But we will try to make it back Saturday. At least I'll be here. I don't know if anyone else will be. It's getting close to Christmas, but I have a lot of nothing going on in my life right now. So
nice.
I'm running. I'm going to the gym. I am doing laundry, and I'm doing the podcast.
Okay.
I'm practicing a lot of drawing techniques in my living room is what I'm doing with my dog looking at me funny. But until then, thanks for listening. And we're going to play you out with some nice Christmas music.
Remember the reason for the season during all the chaos, too.
That's right. Head to the gun store.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.